Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you my reading journal part 2 for 2022. In the last video about my 2022 reading journal, I show you the first half. Yeah, I needed more. So there's that. So I'm gonna show you a couple of things that I did. If you saw the first video of this journal, you probably see how I use my reading journal. So just for the record, I did read Memento, which was great. I highly recommend it if you like Illuminate files. So in that last video, we stay here. July is actually my birth month and I wanted to make something special. I did this scrapping paper for this entry. So I wanted to make something special and it was actually kind of fun because the day I decided to make this, it was because I saw some concept art for Cinderella and this picture. I got inspired. So I made this arch and then this is when everything changed. So before July, I was doing this. Not every single month exactly this, but well, this is whatever thumb too. Great. I was making this TBR list and as you can see, I was reading like one of them and tracking the days I was reading, and that was really bad. It sent me to a really bad reading slump. So yeah, I cannot do that and I will never do that again. So in July, I was taking things slow. Well, first, because I wanted to make something special. This is actually inspired by this illustration. So yeah, like I said, I wanted to take things like slow. There was just one book I said I was going to read. Funny thing, that was the only one that I didn't read. So what I do ever since July and up to this day is that when I start a book, I just put the book. If I DNF it, I cross it. If I finish it, I give it a check. That's pretty much it. What you will probably see, oh yeah, I have some gold there. So yeah, here I have Twisted Love. Hated this book. This was the only like quote that I really like about this book. So at least I have to give it that. Then I have The Prison Healer. I really enjoy this book. I really like it. Hopefully you cannot read it. If not, you're gonna get spoiled for the whole thing. So then I have Queen of Earned Darkness. This is probably the longest entry I have. This book was so long that yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, but I love it. I love to do this. I know a lot of people say that this is too much work. It is, but it's actually something that I enjoy. So yeah, I have some runes. I read this small chapter of A Long Conversation in between. I really like it. Sometimes you'll see stuff like this or like more creative stuff that you probably see in the later months. And sometimes I just need to write. So yeah, nothing really happens. I do have some fun art. I do tend to get fun art for just mainly for my journal, and that's it. Then this is one of my favorite spreads. In the camera, it does look like it's missing some paint. This actually, it made me realize how much I like this matte black with the gold. Again, some fun art, more fun art, but this is mine actually. So yeah, then I do have stuff like this. I do tap these books and I just haven't go back and write my thoughts about this. So yeah. Then I have August. I did stuff with the gold. And even though I finished the whole thing, I haven't like put things where they belong and I haven't filled this out. So yeah, I totally should, but I haven't. So then I have The Legacy. I love Elle Kennedy. I got these stickers when I ordered from her. So it was perfect because if you know, in this book, we have all the boys. So yeah, that was great. Then I have The Chase because I had to keep reading. So I got The Chase. I really like it. It's good. Not in my favorites, but yeah. Then I keep going with Queen of Earned Darkness. And I think this is the last of it. Yeah, it is. Then I have A Wedding Story. This is for Bringing Down the Duke. And I really like The Wraith. San Gabriel. This is a graphic novel. And I just wanted to make like some oldish stuff. Then I have Love on the Brain. Yeah, I didn't like this paper at all. I don't really do much scrapbooking, mainly because I'm always afraid that the glue is not gonna be good and everything's just going to fall apart. So yeah. Plus I feel more comfortable with my paints. So oh yeah. Sometimes this happens. And honestly, I just feel like sometimes I'm like, okay, let's move on. I don't care. So then I have Suki alone. I really, really like this. I need to get a physical copy of this. And here again, I have more gold for the fan. It's amazing. September, Bookoplathon. I love this. I read almost everything. I had only 5 rolls because the board was really good to me. So yeah. And actually read almost everything. I have 2 chance cards and I only didn't read The Dragon Promise. You can see how long I've been trying to read that book. Then I have The Risk. I love this book. This wasn't very long. Sometimes I end up reading faster than what I'm actually taking, like my notes or writing stuff down. So when that happens and I just finish the book, I try to go back and do the review-ish. Yeah, they end up being shorter than the rest. Then I have Sleeping Beauty. This is I think it's the first time that I kind of did like the title differently. I went along the arch and I really like it. So I feel like this kind of gave me other ideas. Then I have Let's Play Season 3. I love this webcomic. I also need to get the physical copy of this because, yeah, I just love them. This also happens sometimes. And it's fine, it means that I started the book. I had the intention, but yeah, at the end, it just didn't happen. The worst part is that I actually really like this layout. So, yeah. Then I have The Kiss Curse. I loved the purple with the yellow. Right now it doesn't look that bad, but I thought that was too much yellow. But yeah. I have Hollow Bugs. You cannot see that very well. But yeah, in this book that happened. I read it. I wasn't really writing down all the stuff, and then I just finished it. And I don't know if I feel like sometimes my entries will be longer, and in like these instances, one spread, and I actually like it because I don't know, other entries are like endless, and yeah, I like it because I write it, but then when I go through them, I'm like, oh my god, I wrote so much. So yeah, then I have The Ballad of Never After. I love this. Again, more fun art, but this is actually mine. In this entry, I figure out that this wash is hell to write on top of. This changed things a little bit for me. Then I have The Demon in the Wood. I love this entry. I love the title and the swirls. I try to make something similar than the smoke in the graphic novel. So yeah, that is what I got there. And this is actually the end of The Ballad of Never After. And then I have Spy Family Volume 1, more fan art. I love this. It's Lopez. And she's so good. I love her artwork. And I always have like a test page to know what I can use on this paper and what I can't. So yeah, that is first part of the second half. So then I needed a new reading journal. I made a huge mistake with this one, but I'm just gonna go with it and just like move on. I got this in a bundle from Amazon. Actually, this one, it's a Vetero. I don't know if they sell it in other parts of the world, but I love this brand because they made really good sketchbooks and like notebooks and stuff. This one, like I said, it was from Amazon and the paper is not that good. This one, apparently I thought it was 120 grams and apparently it's 150, and I wanted something stronger than this. And I made a mistake and I got this. Oh, by the way, if you saw the first video of my reading journal for 2022. You probably heard me say that I got this one, and actually this one too, from Redbubble, and they were super good stickers, and apparently they were never going to fade. And then literally like 2 days after that, this happened. I don't know exactly what happened, but it's fading. And this also here. So yeah, they're apparently not bulletproof. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. When I got this journal, I was sure that I was going to put this here. I'm not really huge on using a lot of stickers, but a couple of days before, I just got this one that it was in the bundle of Elle Kennedy's books. And I was like, this fits better here, and I can put just this one here. I like this because it's like the last one will never be the first one or the second one, which I get they don't have to be, but it's not the same, you know. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let's begin. Remember when I said I don't really like to use many stickers? Then this happened. So this is my first page for October, and this is just the back of the hardcover. I don't know why or how I just got inspired to do this collage, which actually has a lot of things that I like. I actually enjoy it a lot. This is the messiest that I can get. It's actually that I don't like to make things messy because I can be super messy. So I have, again, some fun arts. I love my babies. The deal, this is like the best thing that I have read. So yeah, a couple of those things. In October, I wanted to make something more than what I was doing. And here is the first time that I added characters. So I added a witch and this cat. So I do regret not making a darker edge so the gold will pop out more. But yeah, nothing that I can do now. So then I have the off limits rule. I did enjoy this book. I really enjoyed what I did here. It took me a long time to do this, but I feel like it was worth it. Then I have more of the same. I didn't really do anything in that page. I painted this because I was reading this Cleopatra book and I haven't finished that one. Sometimes these things do happen and it's fine. Then I have Winning Rome. I love this book. And my favorite part actually about this entry, as you can see, sometimes it's like this and I haven't wrote anything. And sometimes I need more space that I didn't thought I was going to need. So I have that. But when I finished the book, I wanted to paint something. So if you read the book, you know. So I just painted this and I make like a Polaroid-ish, but at the same time it's kind of an Instagram post. But I really loved painting this. And I love having stuff like this in my journal, so I'll probably do it more often. After that, I got November, and in this month, I got influenza, and it was the most awful thing I have ever gone through. Well, probably not, but it was really bad. So I couldn't really read or anything for like 2 weeks. It was really bad. So yeah, I got inspired to do this by an illustration. I'll probably put it right here. And it's not the same. I wasn't really trying to copy like the full thing. At some point I got like, I need to move on. This was inspired by that. Then I have Consider Me. I DNF'd that book. British Pet Maid, which I actually finished and loved it. But as you can see, I haven't really wrote anything. Then I have Stellar Loon for fun art. And actually, I don't know if I have more thoughts. I think that's it. So, yeah. I don't know. I might finish. I might not. I might put something else. Then I have Hugged, DNF this book. Violet Made of Thorns. I was reading in November. And it was like around December. And December was hectic for me. And I just never finished this book. But I left the space for it. So then I have December. I wanted to make it like super pastel and pretty, just like this ribbon at the end. And I made the mistake and I didn't realize that the color was fine wet. When it gets dry, it tends to darken. Well, depends on the paint. Sometimes it lightens. But yeah, not the exact color that I wanted, but it kind of worked. So it was fun because I was with these feelings of, yeah, I want like pastels and pretty stuff. And then this happened. So I read The Never King. If you saw my ranking of all of the reads of 2022, you will know that I enjoyed this book. It was fine. It was a 3 stars. The main character was talking all the time about Peter Pan's eyes. And I was like, I need to paint those eyes. So I just did this on a whim. Well, after that, I read The Dark One. I loved this. I didn't thought that my white pen was going to work on top of this, and it did. But yeah, this kind of opened other stuff for me. Then I have In the Shadow of a Hoax, which is a really good book. This is a fantasy romance. Sadly, I already read it. So I have that, and yeah, do tend to write a lot. And again, I haven't finished this. This was just some sketches that I was doing for an illustration I want to make about this book. And the last book is actually a graphic novel, and I left the space for the title and whatnot, and I haven't done that. I was thinking about reading Fence, and I did the whole thing. I was like, I only need a page, and I end up not doing it. These kind of pages, like empty pages, I don't mind because I'm probably going to read this one this year, and I'm not going to make another page for that, but I'm going to come back to this and I'm going to count it for, of course, 2023. So here are my favorites of the year. I love all of these books. And also the top authors I read in 2022. There are some of them, 10 books, 9 books, 3 books, 2 books, and 2 books. There were like 3 other authors like that could have been here, but those were the 2 I enjoyed the most. So, and then I have the beginning of my 2023 reading journal. If you want to see what's after this, I do have a video about this. So yeah, that was the whole thing. So that was the end of my 2022 reading journal. I learned a lot about what I like and what I don't like in my reading journals that last year. I'm definitely trying like new things this year. It's been fun to do a lot of things and finding out what works for me. And I don't see actually stopping at any point. I do want to make my entries shorter, but we'll see actually what happens this year. And yeah, that was all for today's video. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!